Good morning and welcome back for part 2 of this amazing workshop remodel. If you haven't seen part 1, that's no problem at all. Go to the link in the description and watch part 1, but please come back to this part afterwards. So, with that out of the way, let's get something done. I will show you what we do. Today we will start making some progress in my garden railroad storage room. The main goal is to paint this wall, and for that we need to clear the shelf, the tracks, the stuff on the ground. We need to remove this tool cart into the workshop, which is right next door. We can also move this cabinet into the workshop. That's my storage shelf for all the garden railroad models. This will go on the back wall, and I have an additional shelf which looks just like that. Those two cabinets will go right here along this wall after it is painted, of course. So let's make some room and start the work. Wait, what am I doing here? I actually bought an impact. Ha! Look at that. The shelf is removed, as you can tell. We've got some holes in the wall, which I will fix right away. And then I'm going to move all that stuff. The holes in the wall are successfully patched, so now we are ready for paint. On the ground level, I got rid of all the stuff that was sitting there, which is also good. We can now work in this area. In the meantime, I will go ahead and move this tool cart into the workshop. In the last video I mentioned I had this extra floor for my tool shelf, and I got a really helpful comment which suggested that I should put the extra cross members at or a little bit above floor level on 3 sides of the shelf for extra strength and to store the extra parts in case I need the floor later on. And that's a really good suggestion, so let's do it. Whoever commented this, thank you very much. This was a very good idea. We got extra strength for the time being, and in case I ever need the extra floor, I can remove those parts, set them to the right height, and then I can fit in the floorboard, which I will store somewhere else, and then I will be good for the future. Hey, look what finally showed up, the tool cabinet. We moved it inside the workshop this morning, and now we can start filling it up with all my tools. But before we go ahead and fill this cabinet up, we have to move a different cabinet which sits on the other side of this wall in my garden railroad storage room. This is the cabinet I was just talking about. We need to move this next door inside the workshop, and that's what we use to store all the screws, bits and pieces that we have I have cleared all the contents out of this cabinet and I have loosened the screws which have tied those two cabinets together. So now we can take this one and bring it over to the workshop. Slowly but surely we are getting somewhere. This cabinet is in place. We will double it up with the exact same one. It will go right next to it. So we got lots of storage for small bits and pieces. The big noise you heard when we set it in place inside here was due to the floorboards inside. They are pretty messed up, but I can fix them right away and then it won't be a big deal. The cabinet is completely refilled, as you can tell. I put all the stuff back in which I took out earlier that day, and now I should label it, but not today. We will go ahead and sort through the tools which will go into this cabinet. Little update in between. I've emptied out both of these tool cabinets. They are empty for the most part. We got screwdrivers until we die and for the next generation as well. And there are some other tools I need to sort. They will most likely go inside those tool cabinets. What I've done here with this big one, we got ratchets, torque wrenches and some other stuff down here, the welding shield, and up here are all the Makita electric tools. Down here is all the welding gear. I started filling up this. This will be for saws and maybe some other stuff, but we will see how many saws I get. We got snap ring pliers, also for more than one generation, punches and yeah, different tools. This is the plier drawer, yeah. Down here we got some special drills. Very big drills and step drills and very long drills, and yeah, you get the idea. This is more or less woodworking with some rasps and some chisels for wood. And last but not least, we got a tiny accumulation of files. And just like that, it is the next day. The walls are painted, they are nice and white. And I made some room along here, because now we need to move those two cabinets and this cabinet alongside this wall right next to the door. I tried to film it, but I couldn't find the right angle for the camera, and so I did it on my own. But I moved those three cabinets as planned, and I already restocked them. It looks a bit like this. Okay, and then cabinet next door. I haven't changed anything inside yet. I need to clear up all that mess as well, but not today. And I was able to move this cabinet as it was without removing anything from inside. Okay, that's very nice. It looks pretty good. I'm happy about that. Now we can go ahead, clean up the floor, and then move this shelf. It will go to this wall, and then we move this shelf across to the back wall, and then we can add the secondary part of this shelf. Have a look at this. The whole room is reorganized. This was an existing shelf. I did only minor changes to it, but we added a whole new section of shelf. And once I get the floorboards cut, we will have lots and lots of space to store more of my garden railroad models. And this space is urgently needed, because I got some secret hiding spots for even more models, and they need to move inside the shelf. Underneath the big shelf we got more storage space for slim boxes and a little bit bigger boxes. That's nice. And yeah, this shelf hasn't changed at all other than the position. And over here we got a new cabinet arrangement. I've shown you the internals before, so that's that. I'm very happy. This room is nearly finished, and look at the amount of space we got in here. In the main workshop, on the other hand, we got this wall nice and organized, but we still have a big messy corner on that side of the room with a lot of trash mixed together with some valuable tools and some good stuff that we need to keep. But I suppose when we make a dump run, half of that stuff is gone, which is very nice. So although you might not be able to see any change, there is a lot of change. Those two cabinets are well organized as well. For example, we got way too many flathead screwdrivers and very few Phillips head screwdrivers. Fun fact, but yeah, we got a lot of wrenches. It looks more or less organized. What I will do, up here you can see the problem very nice. I need to fit in some rubber mats at the bottom of each drawer, because otherwise the tools will slide forward and back, or back and forth. We got some temporary stuff up here. This will go outside eventually when I get a better place for it, but this will stay, that will stay, and yeah, that's the welding stuff. For example, I got all the drawers organized and ready to go. So that's it for today's video. I hope you had some fun watching it, and we will see us in the next one when I try to get outside in the garden and start working on my garden railroad again, if weather is permitting. I hope so. Until then, have a good time, and we will see us in the next one. Bye!